Hi, I'm Angelica Checo, and in honor of Epilepsy Awareness Month, I have Mr. Fish here to talk to us about epilepsy, and I have some questions. Mr. Fish, hi.
Hi, it's nice to see you. Glad to be here. Hi, everybody.
So I have some questions.
Okay.
How has epilepsy affected your everyday life?
I think I get it my life a little bit better with the epilepsy that I have compared to other people and what they're going through. Obviously, I don't drive. You see me on the bike, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. And I am a little bit very careful when I'm in school. I have to make sure I take my medicine on time. So at 9 o'clock in the morning, I have to take my medicine. Really, for the most part, though, in my everyday life, epilepsy, except for right there, you heard the little, sometimes I say the wrong words. Epilepsy doesn't have much of an effect. I will get grand mal seizures every now and then, and that's when the whole brain goes basically into a meltdown. There's a lot of electricity flowing through there and a lot of chemicals, and I will fall to the ground and I will basically shake. But those rarely happen during the day. Those are usually only at night. You guys shouldn't have to worry about that with Mr. Fish. But I also get some partial seizures every now and then, but I'm on a new medicine that's really working well. And what happens then is I just stop and pause, and I might repeat or hum or say words as that part of my brain really starts to send a lot of chemicals and electricity through it. And then afterwards, I might feel a little bit nauseous, but other than that, no problems for me. Okay? All right.
When were you diagnosed with epilepsy?
I was diagnosed about when I was 32. I don't know the exact date. I had a seizure in my sleep one night, and it scared my wife crazy. And then, I went to the ER. They did a lot of checking. I got an MRI, and you can actually see the picture of my brain. So here's my brain from one of the MRIs that they did. And they really couldn't find anything. They think that up here might be the cause of my seizures, but they weren't sure. And with that, I went home, and I wasn't really diagnosed with epilepsy yet. You have to have 2 seizures. A couple of months later, I had my second seizure, and that's when they said, yeah, you're having a seizure. And at that point, I wasn't allowed to drive until I was seizure-free for 6 months, which caused a little bit of ruckus at home, but it worked out great. I have a wonderful wife, and then I also have a lot of the coaches here who are very supportive. You know who you are. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Do you have any fears living with epilepsy?
One of my worst fears came true, and that's being in the accident with family on board, and that was really very scary. Other than that, not really. Everybody is very used to my seizure activity. I am taking very good medicine that helps to control my seizure activity. I worry about it happening in school just a little bit, but again, I've never had a real grand mal seizure while in school. They've always been at home and in bed. So for myself, no.
How is it riding your bike to and from school every day?
I love riding my bike. I have a bike, his name is Buddy. He's a replacement for a wonderful bike that Coach Johnston let me borrow for a while. And I get a lot of exercise, number 1. Number 2, I pack everything in my bags, and I think I get here quicker than most of the students do. Even though with the way the seniors drive, I don't know if that's true. But I do get here very fast, and I have all my stuff with me. It's fantastic, I love it.
Would you like to share any effects you have after a seizure?
Now, it depends on the type of seizure. If it's a grand mal seizure, afterwards, my brain is a mess. It feels like you're rebooting a computer. It takes a little while for me to start to remember things. Names, days, none of that is there. It slowly starts to reload. I got points with the wife the one day because she said, "What's my name?" And I said, "I'm not sure, but you're very pretty." And that worked out great. But it takes quite a little while for me to finally get all of that knowledge back, to remember who I am, where I am, who everybody in the family is, where I work. It could take, maybe up to a half an hour for it all to reload. Now, when I have a partial seizure, it's just one little spot of the brain that really causes the problem. I think it's around over here that they found out the seizures are coming from. So that is just like a pause moment. I just have to wait a little bit for the sound that's going through my head, or the smell that's there, or the music that I'm hearing, which really isn't music, to go away, and then I might get a little nauseous afterwards. But other than that, that's all that I've experienced with the seizures, luckily for myself.
Is there anything additional you'd like to add?
Well, it's just that it's out there, epilepsy is, and if you know somebody, or if you have it yourself and you want to come and talk to somebody who has experienced it, and maybe we can have a chat, make you feel a little better about it, you can come talk to Mr. Fish. I have no problems with that. Okay?
Thank you for your time, Mr. Fish. For more information, visit epilepsy.com.